Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're doing a deep dive. Seems kind of niche, right? These CRP Kydex Nerf wings for vintage Tamiya buggy.
Mm-hmm. Very specific piece of kit.
Exactly. But our mission for you is, well, it's bigger than it looks. We want to solve this long-standing mystery about which way they actually go
The
on,
orientation puzzle, yeah.
and then uncover why they're surprisingly important, even now. All this comes from a great report, the Kydex Conundrum, a definitive report on CRP Nerf wings for vintage Tamiya buggies. Lots of detail in there. So let's set the scene. Think early 1980s, the real golden age of RC.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Tamiya was just killing it. I'm not just selling cars, but these amazing kits like the Frog, Kit 5804-1.
A classic.
Totally. And the whole point was you built it yourself, right? That hands-on thing.
You get into the mechanics.
And then, immediately after building it, you wanted more. You wanted those hop-up parts, make it faster, tougher.
Right. And the foundation for many of those famous Tamiyas, the Frog, the Briart, the Blackfoot, was the ORV chassis, off-road vehicle chassis.
That space frame design.
Yeah. Innovative for its time, lightweight, but it had its weaknesses.
Okay, like what?
Well, the rear end, basically. The motor, the gearbox, drive shafts, they were pretty exposed. Very susceptible to damage from rocks, dirt, you name it.
Ah.
And also, the chassis itself could flex quite a bit. You'd see stress marks sometimes, and it definitely affected the handling.
So not ideal for serious bashing or racing.
Not without some help. And that's where the aftermarket companies saw an opportunity.
Which brings us to custom racing products, CRP. A big name back then.
A very big name. And they tackled these specific ORV problems head on.
And they use this stuff called Kydex. What's special about that?
Kydex. It was and still is pretty advanced stuff. It's a thermoplastic alloy. Super hard, incredibly durable, high impact resistance.
Like really tough.
Think aircraft bulkheads, firearm holsters. That level of toughness. It wasn't just plastic, it was engineered. CRP choosing Kydex meant these parts were serious business. Built for protection, not just for show.
Okay, so let's zoom in on the specific part. The CRP 3042 Nerf wing. Those side guards for the ORV chassis.
That's the one.
And the big question that's bugged people like you and me for ages. The fin orientation conundrum. Fins up or fins down?
Right. It seems like such a simple thing, but it causes endless debate online.
So how do we solve it?
You go back to the source. The 1988 CRP catalog. It states pretty clearly, quote, 3042 Nerf wing frog made of Kydex. This Nerf wing attaches to the battery door and protects the rear wheels, suspension, and batteries.
Okay. Attaches to the battery door. Protects the wheels, suspension, batteries.
Now think about the layout. The battery door is on the bottom plane of the chassis, right? It's low down.
Yeah, lowest part.
But things it needs to protect wheels, suspension, motor, gearbox, they're all above the battery door.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for the wing to actually do what the catalog says, it does protect those upper components. The fins have to point upwards.
Right, to shield them.
Fins down. It makes no sense functionally. You lose ground clearance, and they wouldn't protect anything up high. It just doesn't work.
So, case closed. Fins UP.
Yeah.
But you mentioned modern relevance. It's more than just vintage protection now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really interesting for people running these cars today. It has a critical secondary function.
Go on.
Okay, so it bolts to the battery door, right?
Yeah.
But that battery door itself actually connects the two main halves of the ORV space frame chassis.
Okay.
When you bolt that stiff Kydex Nerf wing onto the door and the wing essentially become one wide, rigid plate bridging those chassis halves.
Ah, like a reinforcement brace.
Precisely. It massively increases the torsional rigidity of the whole rear chassis structure. It reduces that flex we talked about earlier.
And why is that so important now?
Modern power. Think high-quark brushless motors, LiPo batteries. They put way more stress to the drivetrain than anything back in the 80s.
Right. The original gearbox can struggle.
Exactly. That chassis flex can let the gears inside the notoriously fragile ORV gearbox mesh improperly under load, leading to stripped gears, catastrophic failure. Game over.
Ouch.
But by adding that rigidity, the 3042 Nerf wing helps keep everything aligned perfectly inside the gearbox, even with modern power. It's gone from just protection to an essential structural mod. It saves gearboxes.
Wow. That's actually brilliant. An unintended consequence that's now vital.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how an old part finds new life.
How does this compare to, say, parts for other Tamiya platforms, like the Hotshot? Did CRP make wings for that too?
They did. CRP part number 3046 was the Nerf wing specifically for the Hotshot family.
And did it have fins?
Interestingly, no. It's consistently finless.
Why the difference?
Different chassis design. The Hot Shots chassis is much more enclosed around the rear suspension and drivetrain. It didn't need that same kind of vertical shielding that the exposed ORV chassis did.
So no fins needed.
Correct. It shows CRP wasn't just making generic parts. They were designing specific solutions for specific problems on each car. Targeted engineering.
Okay, so let's wrap this up for you, the listener. Key takeaways.
Number 1. CRP 3042 Nerf wing on an ORV chassis. Fins definitely go UP. Solved.
Right. And number 2, it's not just vintage protection, it's a crucial chassis brace for modern power.
Absolutely. Reduces flex, saves gearboxes. Essential, really.
And we saw the contrast with the finless CRP 3046 for the hotshot, showing that deliberate design choice.
So the bottom line, if you're running a vintage Frog, Brat, Blackfoot, any ORV Tamiya, especially with a modern motor and battery,
You need this part.
highly recommended. Get an original CRP 3042 or a good quality reproduction. Install it fins up. It could save you a lot of headaches and money.
So this little piece of Kydex, the CRP Nerf wing, it's really more than just an old hop-up, isn't it?
It's a slice of RC history,
Yeah.
a clever bit of problem solving.
And its story keeps evolving, bridging the past and the present, keeping these awesome vintage machines running hard today. Makes you wonder, what old part in your collection might be hiding a secret modern superpower?